Hi guys, welcome to the Wealth Startup channel. We're a video book channel showing the topics about making money online with internet marketing. Please click the subscribe button to empower us to continue making more video books. Today's video book continues with the topic, How to Host a Webinar, a Beginner's Guide to Webinars. In this video, we're going to talk about Chapter 8, Monetizing Your Webinar. If you missed the last video, please click the link in the description to watch it later on so that you will have a full picture of understanding. If you also want to have the text version of this video book, you can refer to the download instructions that's stated in the description. Okay, let's get started. Chapter 8, Monetizing Your Webinar. Monetizing your webinar is probably your primary reason for starting one. There is nothing wrong with that, and many people make a good living organizing and presenting webinars. Imagine charging $100 for a webinar and getting 50 people to show up each and every week. You will make $5,000 a week. This is obviously motivating for those who are interested in webinars, but keep in mind, in order to get 50 paying customers a week, you really have to have amazing information and be considered an expert in your particular niche. Only the best webinar presenters are making this kind of money, and it is usually a returning audience who are using the information presented to make money in return, that are able to pull in numbers like this. Calls to action. Before we get into the two basic methods of monetizing your webinar and the instructions and tools to use them, there is one thing that you want to do no matter what method you are using. You need a call to action at the end of your webinar, and preferably several times throughout. A call to action is just like it sounds. It is a point where you prompt the customer to take action. For example, you might be in the middle of your presentation and say something like, I don't want to get into that concept too much right now because in a couple of weeks, I will be having another webinar and we're going to focus pretty heavily on that topic. You guys can sign up for that webinar using the link below if you want. Here is another example of call to action. If you want to find out more about niche marketing, which we don't really cover in this webinar, then go to Amazon and search for my name. I've got a 99-cent ebook in niche marketing that I think will really help you with some of the concepts that you are struggling with. Okay, now that you know what a call to action is, we can discuss two basic ways that you can monetize your webinar. You can either charge for admission, or you can host a free webinar and use other avenues for income. Let's go over both in detail. Charging for your webinar. Earlier, we mentioned the figure of 50 attendees at $100 per head, which meant that the presenter who was doing that could make $5,000 a week. Odds are, unless you have some seriously impressive credentials, you aren't going to be able to convince 50 people to pay $100 to listen to you. Most of the time, this happens because the people are already fans of the speaker in question and have gained value from what they have presented in the past. There have been a few internet marketing gurus in the past decade who were able to create almost a cult following and were able to charge pretty much whatever they wanted because people thought that they had all the answers. If you can build such a following and have good information to share with them, then by all means, charge for your webinars. If you do not have anything yet to offer, then you may want to consider the free webinar model with alternative revenue streams instead. The free webinar. The free webinar is the most common type of webinar that you find these days. That's because everyone has something to promote, and a webinar is such an effective way to do that. This tutorial will help you figure out what you have to offer, or create something to offer, so that you have a great revenue stream available, even if you are offering your webinar for free. Courses. Courses are one of the most popular things to offer these days. You can either use ClickBank or create a sales page for yourself and then build a package that will be worth the price you will be charging. For example, if your package contains an ebook, an audiobook of the ebook, a quick guide, a video to explain complex concepts, and various other materials, you could charge $29.99, $59.99, or whatever price you could get. Generally, you find courses on sales pages with the 100% money-back guarantee if the customer is not completely satisfied. They are a really great way to make money if you can incorporate the sales page into the webinar somehow. Forum access. Another thing that you can sometimes sell is forum access, or access to a website that contains all of the information that someone needs to accomplish a specific task, such as making money online with niche sites. Like the example we've been using throughout this book, the benefit of a forum is that you are able to communicate directly with the people who sign up for access and offer them advice, and this can be pretty valuable to someone, especially if they think that you have the secrets to success. Ebooks. Of course, ebooks are quite a popular way to make money all by themselves. If you write an ebook on the topic that you are presenting and then publish it on Amazon, you will be able to make money by promoting it within your webinar. The reason that ebooks are listed separately here is that the revenue stream is a little different. Consider this: if you price your ebook at $9.99 on Amazon, you make about $7 per sale. So, if you promoted it to a webinar of 100 attendees and 15 of them bought your book, you would make about $100. This seems like a very small amount until you consider the ramifications of those 15 sales. You will shoot up the bestseller lists on Amazon and get even more sales due to the new featured position of your ebook. And that circle can continue for a while, days, weeks, or even months. Plus, if you ask your webinar participants who bought the book to review it, there is a good chance they will, and a good rating will increase your sales even further. That's the end of this video. If you also want to have the text version of this video book, you can refer to the download instructions that's stated in the description. The next upcoming video will be talking about Chapter 9, Ensure People Come Back to You. See you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.